What is up, people? I am back for another video. Like I said, this one's a little different. This one, if you didn't notice, I now have passed that 100 video mark. I made a 100 video spectacular with shoutouts and stuff. Check that one out. But as I was going through my old videos and checking and everything, I noticed that one of the ones that I got a good amount of my views on was gone. So I was kind of bummed, but I thought, you know what, I did that video when I first started here 4 years ago, so I probably could have used an update anyway. So I thought I'd take this time and do a new video for you. Pretty much everyone in their collection, I'm sure, has some kind of Disney movie. That's right, Disney. This one I'm going to show off my entire Disney collection. What I have, what I own, Disney related. So I'm going to try to do this pretty quick. Some I'll talk about, some I won't. I'll just show you. Because I do have a decent amount of Disney titles. So let me get into this. At the end, I'll explain a little bit more. But first off, I want to get through my little box sets. And this first one here, I honestly didn't even know was Disney until I signed up to that Disney rewards thing. I actually went through all my movies to check to see if they have these codes, and if you get a certain amount of points you can put them in to get certain things. And this one, it said you can redeem it from these. I did not know they were Walt Disney until I looked at the side of the box, and I still don't understand how, because these were a little odd. But the dinosaurs, as you can see on the side there, Walt Disney. So the dinosaurs. This right here, you have 3 volumes of the DuckTales. This was one of my favorite shows growing up. I still actually want to get the one movie of this, the one where they find the lamp. And then there's another one, I think they go back in time and find this caveman duck kind of deal. You got 2 volumes of Tailspin. This is the one where they use some of the characters from the Jungle Book. You got Baloo in here. You got King Louie, Shere Khan. Who else is in this? There's a couple people that they kind of just reprised into a different role. This one hardly people knew about, and that's The Adventures of the Gummy Bears. This one I enjoyed a lot. They have gummy berry juice, which lets them jump real high and such. Then here you have Darkwing Duck, volumes 1 and 2. He is a crime-fighting duck that has all these different villains he has to go against. One guy's a plant monster. One guy's a dog that has powers with water, or pretty much is made of water, and he can use that. There's a few other people, a dark version of him. This Joker kind of guy. He's like a clown. This other TV show, one of my favorites, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. This is where they are a crime-fighting duo. They have a few other people, Monterey Jack and Gadget, and this little fly named Zipper. They fight Fat Cat and all his henchmen. That's another TV show that I used to love. Next, those right there were my little box sets, which if you've seen my one Throwback Thursday, check that out. You've seen those already. These right here I'm going to show off just because I don't have that many. These are my Disney Blu Rays. John Carter could have been better. This one actually lived up to what I hoped it was. I was a big fan growing up, and that's The Muppets. It was a long time coming, and it didn't disappoint. There's another movie coming out because I guess this one did really good. I like this movie. This one I thought was better than the first one, which is hard to beat, but I've said it in a few other videos. Monsters University. This one was alright. Brave. Disney's Brave. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Cars 2. And The Lion King. Like I said, my Blu-ray collection is kind of small, so I thought I'd get that one out of the way. The Alice in Wonderland remake, or live-action version with Johnny Depp. It was alright. A little weird, but it was alright. Brother Bear. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. This was Lindsay Lohan before she went all crazy and such. Freaky Friday, another Lindsay Lohan with Jamie Lee Curtis. That one's a remake. This one's before Miley Cyrus went all nuts. Disney's Hannah Montana. I got these two. I don't have the first one, but High School Musical. A couple of these I don't watch, I just own. Kind of just to have them. This one stars Shia LaBeouf, whatever, Sigourney Weaver, Jon Voight, Patricia Arquette, and Tim Blake Nelson. Holes, this one's pretty good about, I guess they're orphans or people, kids in a home kind of deal, and they get used to dig for, I think it was a treasure or some kind of deal. They went digging for something. Lizzie McGuire movie. Hilary Duff, I always enjoyed her. This was even before all these other Lindsay Lohan movies. It's the Parent Trap remake. Lindsay Lohan, Dennis Quaid, Natasha Richardson. Those two girls meet each other in camp. One's from England, I think, and I never realized they were twins. They were adopted from different people. Or they were not adopted. They were the mother and father divorced, and they each took one of the daughters, but they never knew each other. So then they meet at this camp and then switch lives. Disney's Prom. Underdog. Valiant. This is one I just got just because it said Walt Disney. I don't remember too much about this. Oh, you falling over. And this one's Sky High with Kurt Russell. I don't remember too much about this one, to tell you the truth. It's got Danielle Panabaker and such. I honestly don't remember what this one's about. I think it's about superheroes or something. What do I got here? This one's a classic, Hocus Pocus. Man of the House with Chevy Chase and JTT himself, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. A Kid in King Arthur's Court. This kid in this one has been in a whole bunch of movies from that time. If you watch my one video about sports movies, old sports movies, Mighty Ducks and Mighty Ducks 2. This one's a little weird one. Return to Oz. This is the sequel to Wizard of Oz, where the girl Fairuza Balk's character is in this mental hospital, I think, and because I guess she's Dorothy, because they said she keeps talking about this Oz, and they're trying to give her this like electric shock kind of deal, therapy to erase the memories, and the storm happens again and she ends up getting transported. This time all her old friends are now, everyone that's there is like in, they're like statues kind of deal, like a metal statue. You find out that it's taken over by this evil witch and this gnome king, and she's trying to save her friends. She meets a new guy kind of deal with the pumpkin head. Then you have this guy TikTok. Then they take this moose head here and put him on a couch, and give him this magic dust, and he turns into this like flying couch. And then on this thing they have the Tin Man here, but he's not in the movie that much. I don't know why he's there. I just noticed that now, actually. Rocket Man with Harold Williams, the guy from Half Baked and such. That one's a good one. That's a classic one. Tom and Huck. These two I used to watch a whole lot. Homeward Bound and Homeward Bound 2. I think they made a third one at least, but these first two were really good. Shadow, Chance, and Sassy, the talking animals. The first one, the dad gets a new job and he has to move, so they bring these animals to a ranch, and they think they're leaving them, so they want to go and find their family, and then they get lost in the woods because they think they know where they're going. Eventually, Disney movies are always happy most of the time, so they find the family. Homeward Bound 2 is in the city. Lost in San Francisco. I don't remember that one as much. This one's pretty funny, a newer one. Old Dogs with Travolta, John Travolta, and Robin Williams. This is another one I showed off, The Big Green. This one's kind of funny. Blank Check. It's this one kid. He ends up getting hit by a car, or his bike gets run over by this car, and this guy gives him a blank check signed. And the guy was in a rush, so he really didn't write down an estimate or whatever. So the kid ends up taking this check and writing his own fake check. I think he put $1 million in there, if I'm right. But the thing is, even back then when this was made, I don't know how far $1 million would have gotten you, because he got a house and he got all these crazy toys and such. Now looking back on it, I don't think $1 million, even now or even back then, would have got you what it got him. Cool Runnings, Jamaica Bobsled. This one here, me being a big kid being a big person, whenever you see movies, you never see the big guy get any credit or anything. It's always the skinny guy that's getting the girls and such. So when I was younger, they made a movie about fat kids. So this one I kind of gravitated to, and that's Heavyweights. The one kid from the Mighty Ducks. There's a couple people. Kenan Thompson's in this. Goldberg's in it. The other kid is in it. That one right there. Well, his parents end up telling him he's going to a camp during the summer, and he finds out it's a fat camp for losing weight. And the video itself wasn't that bad, so he's like, you know what, I'll just go. As he's getting there, the owners of the camp can't afford it anymore, so they get sold to this other guy, Ben Stiller's character, Tony Perkins, who's this crazed maniac who is trying to have the kids lose weight, and he's taping this. I guess he's making like a series or whatever, and it's just him going nuts and having these kids do all these crazy stuff, and then they try to take over this camp. It's definitely one of my favorites growing up. This one, I always wanted to take a ride in a alien spaceship because of this movie, Flight of the Navigator. This one, well, these three here. You got Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, classic one. Then you got Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, which was alright, was the sequel, and then Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which was the third installment. They got progressively worse, but all in all, they're all pretty good. The only gripe I have with this DVD is these two, in my eyes, should be switched. The second one should be here, and the third one should be here. I don't know, that's just me as a DVD collector trying to fix the cover art. This one here is John Travolta, Miley Cyrus, both. It's one of the newer ones. This one was a classic. Brave Little Toaster. I mean, whoever made this was kind of crazy because you gotta talking toaster, a lamp, a vacuum cleaner, a blanket, and a clock radio. And their owner ends up going somewhere, moving away, and them trying to find him. This one was pretty good. Bridge to Terabithia. It's I don't know if it's on a book or anything. Enchanted, where a cartoon character comes to life and is now in the real world. I think she ends up in New York City, and you know how all cartoons are very happy, and she realizes that she's in a different place and this isn't anywhere close to it. The one guy ends up falling for her. Finding Nemo, another classic, where the one little fish gets taken away from the ocean and the father is going to try to find him. Ellen DeGeneres is the one fish who has no memory. I think this one is a remake or something to The Absent-Minded Professor or something or other. Flubber with Robin Williams. He makes this gel kind of deal that comes alive. Fox and the Hound, a classic. What is it? Todd and Copper, right? Yeah, Todd and Copper. Fox and a Hound becoming friends, which isn't supposed to happen. Then you got Fox and the Hound 2, which I don't remember too much. I know they split apart and then come back together. This one, not a lot of people know about. This is one of my favorites, actually, and it's fun and fancy free. It's pretty much like a compilation of different cartoons together. My favorite one being Mickey and the Beanstalk, remake of the classic, you know, Jack and the Beanstalk, and they go and find whatever. It's him, Goofy, and Donald Duck. This one here, George of the Jungle. Brendan Fraser's in this. One of my favorites, a Goofy movie. Him and his son and them going on vacation, but the son told everyone, or he was going to go with this girl to watch this concert. Ends up having to go with his dad and told the girl that he was going to the concert instead. So he has to find a way of pretty much making it happen. The Greatest Game Ever Played, a golf movie with Shia LaBeouf. I don't remember exactly what it's about. Great Mouse Detective, another great one. One of the newer ones here, The Incredibles, about a family of superheroes, and they have to fight a villain. You got the father's extra strong, the mother's extra stretchy. The one girl is like and can go invisible and form a force field and such, and the one little kid is the fast one, the dash. I forget what the baby does, but it's about a family of superheroes. Okay, I got him in this nice little thing. Invincible with what's his name? I can't even think of his name. What's his name? Mark Wahlberg. It's about this guy that is from Philadelphia, trying out for the Eagles and makes the team and such. Lion King 1.5. It's probably like it's pretty much the extended version of the first movie. It's got little parts that are added to it. Meet the Robinsons. Come on now. This one is one of my favorite. Pete's Dragon. Actually, not a lot of people know about this. It's about a kid named Pete who gets adopted by this really bad family, and he ends up meeting this invisible dragon, and they end up running away, and they end up in this town called Passamaquoddy, and run into this one woman who takes him in. The grandfather sees this dragon. No one believes that this dragon is real until the very end. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, there's not many people that remember it too much, but it was one of my top 5. I did do a top 5 Disney classics a while back. This one's another one, Oliver and Company. This, like I said, was a great movie. Monsters, Inc., the original. It was very hard to beat, but I think the second one was a little bit better. I love Winnie the Pooh, and it's Piglet's big movie. That's one. I love anything to do with Winnie the Pooh. I grew up with that. Tigger is actually my favorite character, if anybody was wondering. Ratatouille, about a cooking rat. Come on now. Recess, School's Out. I remember watching the TV show a lot. Then they made I think they made like 2 or 3 movies. This is one of them. The First Rescuers. This is the one with where you have the Rescue Aid Society. You got Bernard and Bianca, 2 little mice, and they find out about a girl that was taken from an orphanage by these two people, and they brought her to this like bayou, and in one of the caves there's a supposed big diamond, and the only way to get to this thing is they send this little girl in there, and pretty much Bernard and Bianca are trying to save this little girl. You got these different people, like different animals, then you get this one little dragonfly thing called Even Rude. It's a really good movie. This is one of my top 5 too. Robin Hood, the Disney version. This one was alright. Sorcerer's Apprentice with Nicolas Cage and Jay Barchel or whatever, however you pronounce it. Tangled, about Rapunzel. Toy Story 3, really good way to end the series. Kind of really sad at the end, actually. Up, this one, right in the beginning, you get a little dose of sadness about an old man who him and his wife were supposed to go to this Paradise Falls, and she ends up dying, and then he's alone, and they're trying to get knock down his house because of renovations and everything in the city. He ends up attaching all these balloons to his house to get away, and there's a little Boy Scout that keeps bothering him, and as he's floating away, he realizes that he took this little Boy Scout with him, and it's just little hilarious things that happen. Wall-E, I really like this movie. A lot of people didn't. There is, I think, about like maybe 10 minutes of dialogue in the whole movie. It's mostly just noises and visuals that make it. The Wild, don't remember about this one too much. And like I said, I love Winnie the Pooh, so I got this one. It's the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh with all the different, the Heffalump one, and the one where he gets stuck in Rabbit's Hole, the Flood one, Tigger one where he gets stuck up in the tree. That one is one of my favorites. And then a while back, I got this huge whole. It wasn't the whole collection, but it was a gigantic tin of I think it was over 120 movies or whatever dealing with Disney. I got it for a really good price. The only problem is that every single one, they don't have their like a box like that. They all come in discs like this. So if you look at it, each one is numbered, and pretty much they go by the year. I'm pretty sure they go by the year they were made, but you got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You got Pinocchio. The only reason I did this was because if I wanted to get the entire Disney collection, pretty much, it would take each movie is almost $20. I found this big box set for, I think it came to $140, but it came with all these movies. The only problem is they all come in like the beginning title. They all come in I think it's Japanese, but as the movie plays, it's in English. So I'm not really gonna complain about it too much. It was missing some. I do have to get more, but Fantasia 2000, Dumbo, Bambi, Bambi 2, Saludos Amigos, Cinderella, Cinderella 2, Cinderella 3, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan. Come on now. This one does not want to get back in there. Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp 2. Sleeping Beauty. "101 Dalmatians." This one's actually the cartoon, but for some reason it has the actual movie on there. 101 Dalmatians Part 2, Patch's London Adventure. This one's another one of my favorites. Sword in the Stone. Aristocats. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea. That's the one where she has a daughter, and actually she's a human, but gets turned into a mermaid. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas. The Lion King. The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Pocahontas. Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World. Toy Story. Toy Story 2. James and the Giant Peach. Hunchback of Notre Dame. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2. Hercules. Mulan. Mulan 2. Tarzan. Tarzan 2. Dinosaur. The Emperor's New Groove. Kronk's New Groove. Atlantis. Atlantis Milo's Return. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has got a glitch. Treasure Planet. Brother Bear 2. Jungle Book. Jungle Book 2. Home on a Range. Three Musketeers. Chicken Little. The Black Cauldron. Return to Neverland. Walt Disney Treasures. Mickey Mouse. Volume 2, Walt Disney Treasures. Volume 3. Volume 4. There's 4 volumes of that Disney Treasures, where I think they just put together little shorts. Stuff with Goofy. Goofy Sport. Mary Poppins. Rescuers Down Under, the second one. That one was alright too. The first Cars. Winnie the Pooh Storybook. Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year. Winnie the Pooh Heffalump Movie. Winnie the Pooh Heffalump Halloween. Winnie the Pooh Springtime with Roo. Winnie the Pooh 1, 2, 3. I'm guessing these are getting more into the actual little kids things as opposed to the movies. Winnie the Pooh All for One. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, another version. Winnie the Pooh Search for Christopher Robin. Winnie the Pooh Franken-Pooh. A Bug's Life. The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Crane, or Mr. Toad. Chronological Donald. He's my favorite Disney character too. Donald or Tigger. Another thing of Donald. And a Tigger movie. The rest are all Tom and Jerry. They got like 10 volumes of Tom and Jerry. And then this one's one of my favorites. The Three Caballeros. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the rest are just shorts and stuff. But for, like I said, to save money, I bought a whole big set of this. It did come in a big tin, but that thing got damaged in the mail. It was all bent, out of shape. So, I mean, that was my entire Disney collection. I'm sure it'll grow soon, so I'll give an update to that. But I hope you enjoyed my whole collection here. If you have any comments or any movies I should get, leave it in the comment section. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you like all my videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I got a fan page. I got a Facebook fan page, a Facebook group page, Twitter and Instagram, and I'll leave those links on the bottom. And until next time, I will see you.